Hey friends, welcome back to the homestead. We're out here at the garden trying to get it covered with some black plastic so that maybe we can kill some of the weeds before they decide to start ruining our lives this summer. But as you can see, it's not covering all of the area that we need it to cover. We're just a little bit short, and I don't want to run back to the store and pick up some more 6 mil black plastic. That stuff is expensive, and it takes me like an hour to get there, 30 minutes to the store, an hour to get back. Inevitably, I'll find like 30 other things that I need to buy, spend way too much money. So no, I said, we're not gonna do that anymore. We're gonna use what we have here on the homestead. So I remembered that I had this. This right here is a 24-foot pool liner from our old pool we had just stashed up underneath the porch. Ever since we got our new pool, this has just been sitting there. We thought that we could get new hardware for this, but it's virtually impossible to get the new frame and everything that we'd need for it. So this is pretty much just trash and junk. It's been sitting under the porch for the past 2 years, and we haven't used it at all. So I figured, hey, this is pretty much just a big tarp, right? Keeps water out, keeps light out. This should work the same as the 6 mil black plastic, I would think, and it's probably a little bit thicker too. So anyways, we'll take this down, we'll spread it out, we'll cut it up, and we'll see if we can use it as plastic and see maybe which one works better. And hopefully we'll be able to rid ourselves of some pesky little weeds in the garden this year, because my goodness, they were a nightmare last year. Like a whole little ecosystem going on here. We've got bug larvae and salamanders and critters crawling out the wazoos. What else are we gonna find in here? Okay, so I think the first thing that we need to do is get it stretched out as much as we can into a circle, and then maybe just slice down one side, and then we'll just cut out the bottom. That way the sides will roll out flat. We'll have a really nice long piece. And then that bottom part will be maybe be able to cut a square out of that and fit over the area that we're not covering on the garden. So let's pull this edge out flat all the way across the field and see how long it actually is. I guess I could do the math, but who wants to do math? All right. It's long. I didn't measure it. Now this is the actual part that I think will be most useful. So we'll stretch this out as much as we can and see how big of a square we can get out of it. Okay, so the smallest that we actually need is going to be about 12 foot by 12 foot. I think that we can do that no problem with this guy. This is by no means going to be an exact science, but figure if we can follow this little white line and cut a straight line all the way over to that edge, then we should have about a 12-foot edge. And then we can cut a square or rectangle or whatever other shape we want to make out of this thing out of it. Voila, side one done. Oops. Let's see how long that ended up being. "13 feet 6 inches. Not too shabby. Yeah, so I think what we'll do is we'll have the bottom facing up. That way it's not a terrible eyesore. Hey, sweetie. Yeah, I think that'll do nicely. It's almost perfectly. It's like it was meant for this. Man, that's cool. But yeah, it's really thick. I don't think any light's gonna get through that. I think it actually might do a little bit better than the 6 mil plastic. So we'll cut a piece of this edge off and lay it across that one little gap there. We'll staple it down. Keep all this stuff tacked down. I've just got these 6-inch landscape staples that I got off of Amazon. They go in pretty easy. And then if they need a little help, just tack them in with a hammer. So put that corner in. And then we'll stretch it out. And we'll tack this corner in. Now we'll just go about every 3 feet across, tacking it so the wind doesn't get under it. Now we just do the same thing on the other 3 sides. All right, friends, we have what looks like giant trash bags covering our yard. Oh, but hey, hopefully it will prevent a lot of back-breaking labor and weeding in the future. So we'll let this sit here and simmer and kill all of those little weeds that are gonna be germinating. What I did, I tilled up the garden about a week or so ago. And once I started seeing everything start to sprout a little bit, I went ahead and I tilled it again. And now we've got it all covered up. So hopefully that'll kill all of that germination, everything that was starting to sprout, and we won't have nearly as many weeds come time to plant. So we'll let this sit on here for about 2 weeks. I think we're going to plant maybe sometime the first week or so of May, maybe the second week. We've got a lot going on. It's like a balancing act. Got to work in our schedule where we're going to do things. But yeah, so if you guys have a pool that you're not swimming in, or maybe your neighbors have a pool, just slice open the side, cut it out, have yourself a really nice tarp, a really nice silage tarp for your garden. Yep, all right, well that's all the time that I've got for you. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you found this video informative or entertaining in any way, hit the thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it. And if you've not subscribed to the channel, I'd really ask you to consider subscribing, see more of what we have going on here on the homestead. And we'll see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.